Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Trax the Max, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we're during this Newt fusion. Apparently his name is Newt and not Nut, so all my nutty jokes go right out the window. This guy is apparently insane. I have not fully looked at all these videos yet. I'm just kind of trying to get him first, and then once I have him, you know, we'll see what he does and all that kind of good stuff. But apparently he's a must-have. I think I heard Hades say like he's the best fusion yet or something like that, which is a very huge, that's a big statement. So but I mean, hey, it's possible. I don't know. Anyway, we do want him, and we're gonna try and get him. Now take a look at this. How many rares do you see? You see 6. And what is the issue? Well, the issue is this previous dungeon divers, I got stuck around here somewhere. Or actually, no. I got stuck around here somewhere. My bad. So almost had the rare for that. And I don't know how many hours I had left. But I had enough hours left, okay? I had enough time, all that stuff. There's no excuse. The thing is, I just threw in a bunch of energy, clicked on play, walked away, and automatically in my brain assumed, okay, we've got this rare, we got this covered, you know, now I can go to my free-to-play and start doing everything there, because on the free-to-play, I'm actually on point for the fusion right now as well. I even got one extra rare from a shard I pulled, which I'll show in a short one of these days if I find the time to put it up. But yeah, I missed the Dungeon Divers rare. So that means we need to get this epic Ambassador Lethelin or Lethelin, whatever it's called, to be able to finish the Newt fusion, right? Frankly, it's not really a horrible thing. There's probably some things I'm not going to want to do anyway, so it's nice to have some breathing room, you know? Just recently watched Chosen. He was kind of in the same boat. Well, no, actually, he decided he's going for the epic so that he doesn't come, you know, get into this position, which is smart. I think if you can get this epic, I think you should do it, because you really don't want to miss this fusion apparently. So, you know, when that's the case, why would you risk it? If you can do it with shards that you have, you probably just want to grab that epic. And then, you know, when you know you have everything, then you can decide, I'll skip one of the last ones, whatever it is. Personally, I would do it that way as well. But we have the shards to our disposal, that's for sure. Like, we know we can do it. We can do the summon rush. We can also do the champion chase. I have 4 legendaries waiting to be summoned here. I have another epic here. So we do have enough stuff going on for us. But the thing is, you know how I'm always trying to save these voids for a guaranteed and save these sacreds for a guaranteed as well. Like, those are my main 2 things I save, I hold on to. I don't really hold on to my ancients. That's just fodder to me. But these, I try to, you know, I tend to hold on to them, right? However, today might be the exception for the first time in, I don't know, half a year, 9 months? I'm not sure really. But there's a 10x KRISK going on right now. And KRISK is, I don't know, man. He might be my favorite champion in the game that I don't have. I think he's so cool. I used to be like a major Ninja Turtles fan. I think, you know, he is probably my favorite champion. And yeah, there's a 10x for him, and I happen to be 139 shards into Mercy, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought to myself, okay, they're never going to do a guaranteed KRISK because KRISK just brings too many players wallet up, right? He's that good. You want 3 of them for your Hydra teams, basically. And yeah, he's just super cool, right? There's a lot of compositions you can do with a KRISK that you just can't do with any other champions because he does so much, right? You know, the decreased speed on the A1, ally protection, continuous heals, increased duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, also huge in clan boss, provoke enemies, places increased defense on this champion, 30% increased speed buff on all allies except this champion, and then at the start of each round places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 50%. 50. Like, I'm not sure if there's any other champion that has this big of a shield. 50% of this champion's max HP. That is insane. You build them with 100k and like the team gets 50,000 shield. What? That's crazy, dude. Like, I mean, KRISK owners will probably be like, and the old players who already have them for ages are probably like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know. But new players like ourselves, that is crazy. That's a huge shield. Anyway, you can get this up to 100% chance of landing or placing a decreased defense debuff and a decreased attack debuff on the attacker for 1 turn when hit. So anyone who hits KRISK basically gets decreased defense and decreased attack. I mean, if you have the accuracy requirements, obviously. But yeah, this guy just does so much. Provoke, decreased attack, decreased defense, ally protects, heals, decreased speed, increased speed as well. I forgot that. Where is it? There you go. Increased speed, increased defense on himself. And if I'm not mistaken, he has like crazy base stats as well. Where is he? Lizardman. Yeah, 1500 defense. That's pretty wicked. The HP is actually arguably low for a Void legendary. Especially because you kind of want him to have the HP, I would assume, for this. Although I'm not sure how important this is. Maybe just building him with a lot of defense where you want to be. But, you know, we don't have him, so let's not fantasize too much yet. I almost have a feeling if you go to this page and you talk about it, you're probably not going to get it. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. But, long story short, it's a 10x KRISK. KRISK is a great champion for a lot of things. He's also just one of my, you know, most wanted on the list. So we're close to him, well, we're close to a legendary in Mercy. We should be hitting one. So yeah, we might as well just try, right? Yeah. So the idea is we're gonna pull void shards until we hit gold. I believe in Chosen's video he explained you actually only need to pull 45 voids. So if we hit, you know, if we hit a legendary before that, that's when we will have to start using sacred shards or whatever. But here we go, I guess. I'm hoping that it's going to be less than 40 shards that we're going to need to hit that Mercy, but we'll see what happens. It's no 2x, so don't expect anything wild, I would say. But we're 139 into Mercy right now, so yeah, everything's possible. Right, bunch of food for us there. Bunch of good champions, don't get me wrong, but I just don't really need any. There's the gold, baby. Ooh. I mean, that's not KRISK, but that's pretty freaking cool as well, right? I mean, he kind of looks like KRISK, I guess. Okay, attacks all enemies, places a shield buff on all allies except this champion for 1 turn. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense. So that's kind of like the Valkyrie kind of thing, right? I don't know if his shield is like as strong as Valk's, you know. I wouldn't expect it to be that strong, but it's also only one turn, so I mean, even if it were that strong, it wouldn't matter that much. But pretty nice, pretty nice. Attacks all enemies, heals this champion by 10% of the damage dealt, increases the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn, 3-turn cooldown. So an extender with a heal on top of that. Damage based on enemy max HP. Okay. That's on defense. This is... Wow. This could be interesting, actually. I don't know the multipliers on this one, but this could be really nice, especially because he's void, so he does not weak hit. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, attacks all enemies, has 100% chance of placing provoke for 1 turn, also places increased resistance buff and increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So a 3 into a 1, and you have basically increased defense on your whole team the entire fight, right? And increased resistance, by the way. Yeah, that's interesting. That is really I mean, it would be completely bonkers if this was 2-turn provoke, right? But I mean, actually, just this is a nice, you know, a very, very nice support kit. Just increase resistance and defense, and then being able to heal. Oh, actually, it's heals this champion, right? Okay, but still, it increases the duration here. So normally, you're gonna have increased defense and resistance up the whole fight. Okay, and this is based on defense again. So defense, and this one's max HP. So this is kind of like the nuke, I guess, and also then heals this guy for a chunk of that, which is nice. That's pretty cool. All right, this wall won't fall. Whenever this champion is attacked, heals all allies except this champion by 70% of the damage received. Only heals by 35% of the damage received from boss attacks. Okay, yeah. This effect has no cooldown. I mean, a heal is a heal, right? A heal, getting free heals is always good. There's like no real downside to that. At least not one that I can think of right now. But the thing is, if I would build this champion, I would probably build a lot of defense on him, because, well, this is defense based, this is defense based, this shield is defense based. So yeah, you probably just jack up his defense as high as possible, I would assume. But that means that normally you're not taking that much damage. So this heal will be significantly lower. Although 70% is a gigantic chunk of, healing. You gotta, well, put it this way, okay? Let's say this guy has like 5,000 defense, and your other dude has like 2,500 defense that's on your team. This is not how it works. I know this is not how it works, but you could possibly say, like, let's say he just takes half of the damage of the one with 2,500, just to make things easy. Let's say the enemy does 10,000 damage on you, right? So Grazur, Iron Gut, would take 5,000, for instance, and that guy would take 10,000, right? So you're only healing 70% of 5,000, while this guy took 10,000. You see? So, like, it doesn't really balance it out, per se. Unless you just build this guy with hardly any defense and just go ham on your HP or something, so that he takes a lot of damage, so that he heals everyone. Maybe that's like the way to go or something. Or kind of keep all your champions at the same defense, so that they do kind of evenly get that HP back. But I have to see this in action because, I mean, 70% is quite a chunk, okay? It means that anyone who has the same defense as him is just basically almost going to fully heal back the damage that they received that turn. So that is, I mean, I'm definitely not writing this off, okay? Don't get me wrong. But I just wanted to make that clear that if you have champions with a lot lower defense, you might not really see that heal be so fruitful, you know? Okay, and then this has a 4-turn cooldown on a active effect, places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn before receiving a fatal hit. I don't know where that can be useful, but it sounds like it would have a use somewhere at least. I'm just not quite sure where yet, but overall, pretty cool kit actually. And then we have a 33% defense for all allies in all battles. Yeah, that didn't take long at all, did it? Only 20 shards, and that means that we are actually kind of still in the game for a guaranteed void here. So we're gonna hang on to the rest here and take a look at our points in the summon rush. We got our knot, that's great. So we're at 2,600. That means we need another 2,800. So 6 sacreds basically. Or 5 sacreds and 300 mystery shards. So I guess I'm gonna do that. Probably do that, yeah. 5 sacreds and just do the rest with mystery shards. Actually, we're really happy that we managed to get this void legendary in 20 shards. So that means I was at 159 or something like that, which is probably my best I've done so far on the void shards. But let's see what we get here. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, that's not really the legendary I was looking for, but hey, he's new, so I mean, I'll take it. Wow. All kinds of legendary. Oh, I didn't mean to click that away, but we'll take a look at him afterwards. Let's summon the rest first, I guess. But wow, another legendary. Tagoar. Pretty decent champion. Been thinking of building one, but just haven't gotten to it yet. Earthside Ironhide. Nazana. Ally Protector. Pretty decent in the early game if you need that. And Horden. Alright. That should put us at like 5,100 or something. Yeah, okay, so almost 300, like 289 mysteries, and then I can get this ambassador. So we'll do it that way, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Real quick, let's take a look at the legendary I just dismissed immediately. Where is he? There you go. Noble. I think he's like the way that you empower your ninja, if I recall correctly. And a lot of people do, apparently, because they don't think he's really good. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of decreasing the duration of 2 random buffs. If the target is under a fear or true fear debuff, has a 75 chance instead. Okay. So basically a 50% chance of kind of... It's not even really a strip. It's 2 random buffs for 1 turn. It can be a strip if they only have 1 turn left, right? But it's also only a 50% shot, so not really that interesting. Attacks one. This was also 1 enemy. Attacks one enemy, again, will ignore 30% of the target's defense. Fills this champion's turn meter by 25% after the attack. If the target is under a fear or true fear debuff, decreases the cooldown of the dismay skill by 1 turn. And this is dismay skill. So this, I assume this is... Wait a minute. This is a 2-turn cooldown. I wonder if this hits hard or not. Because it does ignore 30% of the damage. And fails turn meter. I mean, that in itself seems pretty cool already. I don't know. Ignore 30% and then fills the turn meter 25%, and it's a 2-turn cooldown. We'll have to see what this actually does and what the rest actually says, because I don't know. This is an AoE, has a 100% chance of decreasing each enemy's turn meter by 50%. If there are any enemies under fear or true fear debuffs, will also fill this champion's turn meter by the amount those enemies lose. 3-turn cooldown. So, if they have fear or true fear, what does that mean? That would basically mean that dismay is a 2-turn cooldown, right? Does that mean if they have fear on, you can go from dismay to harbinger back to dismay? Or is there like one smell fear in between? There's also a lot of turn meter going on here. Like, I don't know, man. I know the downside is this fear thing, right? They need to have fear, otherwise nothing happens, really. Well, nothing much happens. Something happens, but just not that much. When they have fear, though, like, suddenly a bunch of stuff starts to happen, right? Let's see what this does. Whenever an enemy's turn meter is fully depleted by any champion, has a 100% chance of placing True Fear on that enemy for 1 turn. True Fear is actually pretty nasty. That is actually pretty nasty. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, people have always kind of been hating on this guy. Even I've been hating on this guy. Although I didn't really know why until now. I understand why people don't like him. Because, you know, all his abilities are kind of situational, which is never really a good thing. However, he is like a nice combo piece for some kind of team or build or whatever, you know? Like, I'm sure in the future there's probably something that will enable fear way more often or something, or like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a champion out there that's just gonna benefit from having your enemies having fear on them as well, and then you can like make this fear team or whatever. Yeah. Probably the fault for now. Not gonna lie, but I'm definitely not gonna +1 my ninja for this, because like these are really, you know, special thing. Like, I don't know if there's any champions that have this kind of thing in the game, really. Like, he places a CC if you can fully deplete a champion's turn meter. That's pretty nuts. I also don't know if that's, you know, even possible in at the start of the turn without even doing anything. Like, maybe with that one blessing? Let's see here. What is it called? Is it dark? Yeah, temporal chains. What do you do again? So like this, for instance. Instantly decreases turn meter of all enemies by 15% whenever an enemy receives a 3rd active buff. Well, it's a... You need 3 buffs? I thought you knocked back turn meter more. But I don't know. I think there might be something there. I don't know. Like, if this hits hard, you know, and I'm sure it does because it ignores 30% defense, like, right off the bat, there's like no ifs or buts about it. It's just boom, no 30% of your defense is gone. And then he fills up the turn meter 25% after that already. If they had this goes into cooldown, so he gets another AoE to knock back turn meter, steal some of that turn meter if they're under the fear again, to go back to this, I think. I'm not completely sure. Maybe there is like this in between. But I would have to see how that works. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's KRISK's long lost cousin or something, whatever. I wish it was a KRISK, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also not really salty because I think this guy is probably pretty good, and I will definitely use him and build him and use him, and yeah, probably a video for in the future, I guess. One more thing, someone in JGig's Discord asked me to record or stream my shard pulls today, and I tried to do so, but apparently you need like this. Well, there's a 24-hour cooldown or something, or you need 24 hours prior to when you want to stream or something like that for the first time. Well, actually, let me show you this screenshot to explain it better. So there's like a 1-day period where you have to wait before you're allowed to stream, and after that you can just stream freely whenever you want. Probably just, I don't know, to stop bots or something. I don't know why that's in there, really. I don't really see what that would do. Postponing someone 24 hours to do something they actually want to do right now. Maybe I didn't even see like an option to like buy it instantly or something like that, because I was thinking, okay, they want me to pay for it or something, but that's not even the case. So not really sure what was going on there. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is maybe one of my next shard pull videos I will actually do it live, do a stream for it. It's still going to be called Tracks on Sundays, but it will probably be on Saturday, you know, when I record this usually, so keep that in mind. But yeah, there you have it. No KRISK for us, unfortunately, but we did get some other goodies, and we're on our way to get this epic, so all is good. Hope you pull some good stuff as well, going for this new fusion, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you all next week. Peace.